Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Does Boxing. We back once again with another ranking show. This time we got the WBC for the month of August. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of stuff to tap into. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we get down. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. My apologies for starting a little bit late, but you know how it is. Friday, you know what I'm saying? All that good shit. Salute to everybody, though. Drop your comments. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the sport of boxing. Everything is welcome. I appreciate it. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom, Twitter, Instagram. Tap into the website, ldusboxing.com. So we'll do a little screen share of these rankings. They just came out today. You know what I'm saying? And I wanna tap into them, man. Some good shit. I posted some stuff on my Twitter. So if you guys got Twitter, man, tap in with me on Twitter. Because I be going crazy over there. Y'all gotta excuse me. All right. Heavyweight division. Alexander Usyk, undisputed champion. We already seen what he did to Daniel Dubois and what he's doing to the division. He's the man. He has a WBO mandatory in the interim champion, Joseph Parker. I believe that should be next. You know what I'm saying? I think Joseph Parker deserves his opportunity for sure. My bro Mike in the building, Mar the Prince. Man, thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate it. Salute to you guys. So Usyk and Parker, that's the one. They're in negotiations. Let's see if it happens. The interim champion is Ajit Kabiel. Now he has a fight date he's trying to line up in October sometime in Germany in his hometown. So let's see who he picked. It'll be somebody in the top 15. It was supposed to be Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence Okolie, he suffered a bicep injury in his last fight, so he's gonna be out for about the rest of the year at least. Daniel Dubois coming in number 2. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. He's a former heavyweight champion. Do he jump right back in the mix, or do he go the tune-up route like he did before after his losses? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. But that's an interesting ranking right there, number 2. FA, he's supposed to fight Frank Sanchez. Those guys in negotiations for the IBF final eliminator. They asked for more time. It got pushed back. They had a purse bid last week, but they postponed it. So let's see if they make a deal. That's what normally happens when you ask to postpone the purse bid. Then you probably made a deal. Let me see who got some coming. Oh, Philip Herkovic, he's fighting next week. David Elijah, that's a good fight. Yo, I'm looking forward to that. That's interesting heavyweight contest. Let me see. Moses Atomo next week, so he comes into the rankings number 11. Well, he been there. He was there last month, but Moses is fighting Dylan White next week, and that fight is like a WBA. I think international. They just put a regional title for that fight, but Moses is number 1 with the WBO. They fast tracking. I think it's a solid test against Dylan White. Let's see how much Dylan has left. I know he got some dog in him, but you know what I'm saying? Can he take a punch? Let's see. And he's been chinny throughout his career. We're gonna see. That's an interesting fight. Jared Anderson, number 14. So talks about him and Big Baby. Big Baby came out and said Jared pulled out the fight. Jared came back and said he didn't pull out his shit. I don't know. Too much back and forth. Let's see. That fight's supposed to be on the Canelo Crawford undercard. Battle of the Big Babies. Whoever loses can't use a name no more. So let's get it. I'm Bias Bram in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. Justice Huoney, number 15. Man, I like Justice Huoney. He made one mistake against Fabio Worley, bro. One mistake, and he was up out of there. So I want to see him come back, get a good fight. He can box his ass off. Salute to him. Bridgerweight, not really so much, a lot of shit to talk about. The champions, you got Kevin Lorena. I know he coming off a loss to Lawrence Okolie, but that was at heavyweight. I got air quotes, heavyweight, right? He lost that fight. Didn't really put up a great effort. So he'll probably have to fight the interim champion, El Diablo. So it's really nothing popping. Honestly, this division is kind of irrelevant when your undisputed champion fights at 224, or he can make two. You know what I'm saying? He's a small heavyweight, so we're going to keep it pushing. Cruiserweight. So with the championship landscape with the cruiserweight division in the WBC, it's kind of crazy. Badu Jack is a champion. He came out of recess to get his title back. Then he fought Noel McCallan. They fought to a close fight. Don King won a petition so the WBC ordered a rematch with Badu Jack and McKaylen. They reached the deal, but we haven't heard nothing about a date. I know Badu Jack was rocking with Turkey, so maybe it's gonna be on one of them cards. I don't know. Badu Jack has the same trainer as Chris Eubank Jr., Jonathan Banks. So maybe that fight is on that card. You know what I'm saying? Got that brain working. We'll see. But they're supposed to fight next in a rematch. Bruce Gas in the building. What's good with you, Bruce? Salute to you. Hey, Bruce, have you heard anything about Michael Hunter and Pulev fight? They're supposed to fight in a couple of weeks. I ain't heard nothing. He said Bridgeway is an absolute waste, man. I honestly, I was with it at first because I'm all for fighters getting opportunities, but it's starting to look that way. You know what I'm saying? It is. So I'm with you. Yeah, let me know about Michael Hunter because I know he's supposed to fight Pulev. All right, so we have let me see who got something coming. Chris Bell Smith may get Jay Abataya next. I'm gonna throw that out there. I seen Masquia. He's gonna face Massanet. That's a European title. Mike Perez fought today. I think he won. I didn't get a chance to catch. I seen some highlights of him. I ain't really watched the fight. Postpone. You know what I'm saying? There you go, Don King again. I already knew it. What's gonna end up happening though? They're gonna go straight to Pulev versus Fabio Worley. Watch what I tell you. They're gonna go straight to that fight. All right, light heavyweight. We got David Benavidez, the WBC champion, and he's the WBA regular champion. So he's going to defend his titles against Anthony Yard. Maybe he becomes unified champion officially, since we got the news that Bivol is out for the rest of the year after having back surgery. So maybe they put him in recess and elevate Benavidez as the full champion. Well, he'll be the full champion anyway. He's the regular champion. Just put this demote Bivol as champion recess. So that way Benavidez will be unified. But he got Anthony Yard. That should be a fun fight. You know what I'm saying? November 22nd. We're gonna see. Emmanuel Pettigrew. What's good with you, bro? Unified email champion. That's some see you got that term, that term came from Teofimo Lopez. But every time you repeat that shit, you repeat from a guy that's delusional as hell. He started that shit in 2019, bro. But I get what you're saying. I told you a long time ago. Yeah. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate you coming out the bushes too, bro. Salute to you. Hit that like button. I appreciate it for sure. He said, "What's the WBC implications with Waxy and Parker?" That's a good question. As of right now, I don't know. Let's look at the rankings. Maybe they'll fight for some type of fight. Sadly, you may see Hunter versus Ayabuchi. That's nasty work. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, let's check it out. So we got Benavidez and Anthony Yard, David Morrell versus Callum Smith. Albert Ramirez just had a good stoppage today. He won the WBA interim title. We got Vultures, not sure what he's doing. So, but Waxy, maybe they can do. Shoot, I don't know. The silver title is vacant. Maybe they can fight for the silver title, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's actually a solid fight. But Waxy, I think Waxy gonna stop Zach Parker though. I ain't trust Zach Parker ever since he quit against John Ryler. So, and I like Waxy. So yeah, that's what's up. And if you guys haven't noticed, Queensberry has been going crazy with the light heavyweights. They actually having an all light heavyweight card November the 1st. They just announced it. But Waxy versus Parker, Bradley Ray versus Lyndon Arthur, and Lappin versus I forgot who Lappin fighting. But it's an all heavyweight fight. Old school in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Let me see. It said, can you break down the total implications of Boots and Lima? Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna break it down all the way. I got you. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. We're gonna break it down. All right. So we have super middleweight Canelo and Crawford. So as you guys see, Crawford is not rated in the top 15. I don't think he have to, but he is number 1 in the WBO, and that would satisfy Canelo's mandatory for the WBO. So that fight is going down September 13th. Big event. And those guys doing well with the tickets, so it should be good shit right there. Interim champion, we got Christian and Billy. Big talks about in Billy versus Lester Martinez on that undercard. Fire ass fight. You know what I'm saying? Martinez is in camp with Crawford, and Billy is he been around for a while, one of the best fighters at 68. Yeah, bro, that's gonna be fun. If that's the fight, it's gonna be fun. Number one, you got Hamza Shiraz. So he took Jamal Charlo's position. They still got Jaime Munguia up there for some reason. I don't know the situation around his failed PED test. I know the B sample came out dirty too, so I don't know. Pacheco up in there. He just had a good win over Macombi. Iglesias is going to fight Vladimir Shishkin September the 4th, IBF Eliminator. That should be an IBF interim because Crawford Canelo winner is not fighting the winner of that fight. Beck the Bully, Callum Simpson. Like I was mentioning on previous shows, super middleweight is a good division. Got some good names. Kevin Saljo, Caleb Plant. Emmanuel Alim just had a big win against Dion Nicholson. So, yes, sir. No, that's not Dion Nicholson. What's his name? I forgot his name. But he just had a win in Maryland. So, yeah, maybe he can get some big. All right. Middleweight division. So, this division, these two champions be pissing me off, though. Adamas and Janabek. They be on social media going crazy on each other, but they ain't fighting. He going back to the pros, ain't he? He's going back to the amateurs. Muslim, yeah, make the fight. Let's get it. So I want to see these guys fight. Carlos Adames versus Janabek. That's the best fight in this division. 3-belt unification. Adames has a mandatory. Number one, Nareen Sultanov. And those guys, man, they had their first bid deadline was like June or some shit. They was supposed to have been made a deal, but PBC and all that shit, they don't really have all these dates. So a lot of shit get postponed, get put to the back burner. So, I don't know, bro. My man Pacino in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. So we don't really know, but we need that Dominus and Janabek fight just for the boxing fans. Nelly Hernandez. So I'm hearing that Hernandez versus Marcus Taylor on that undercard, Canelo Crawford. That's actually an interesting fight, bro. He said Janabek calls Adamas a duck, but when Bob put any money behind, when has Bob put any money? Not never. Bob sent his ass down to Australia to fight that Russian kid. Top Rank don't got nothing for him. He don't sell. He don't draw. He don't even speak English like that. So it's like, who running his account? They don't got no. He's a B-side champion. Like, if he was to fight Laura is the A-side. You know what I'm saying? Even Adamas, you can argue that he might be the A side. He's high risk, high risk, low reward. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get that out of fighting Janabek. You know what I'm saying? That's boxing. The best ain't gonna fight the best if you don't got no name or you don't got no type of value like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. I see that Marcus Taylor's schedule for September has been removed. I know you brought that to my attention. So, you know what I'm saying? And that was the fight I heard. So yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. All right. So Chris Eubank and Conor Benn gonna run it back. Amo, he might go back into that eliminator with Olaha. Those guys supposed to fight. My man pulled out with an eye injury. Maybe Amo fight somebody else. Troy Isley, you got Aaron McKenna. Aaron McKenna now. Look, Aaron McKenna getting a lot of hits on BoxRec because he beat Lima. So people gotta see who he lost to. So yeah, that's just funny. Let me see. Denzel Bentley, he's in a WO eliminator versus Severia. That's a good fight though. They supposed to fight. I think they made a deal for that fight. I haven't heard a fight date, but they made a deal. Karen Conway got a fight coming up. He facing one of those young matchroom fighters. I think George Lidard. Yes, sir. So, Bruno Sarra should get the opportunity. Hopefully, he get one. All right, 154. My man wanted me to break down this whole thing. We're gonna run it down. I'm gonna get to it for sure. Sebastian Fundora, he's a WBC champion, just defended his title against Tim Tszyu. Stopped him in 6th round. He quit on the stool. Sebastian Fundora is hitting his prime. He's starting to look hard to beat every fight. You know what I'm saying? So not sure what's next for him. Yeah, I think it's too early to say. Plenty of guys to fight over there on the PBC. He got big names like Spence and Jamel Charlo. He got names like Jesus Ramos if you're gonna give him an opportunity. And Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's name is linked with Virgil Ortiz. So let's see. Virgil is the interim champion, like I mentioned. Him and Keith Thurman, they talking about PBC and Golden Boy doing an event. Let's see if it comes to fruition. I wouldn't rule out Virgil versus Jesus Ramos either. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. But Virgil coming off a head injury, the back and forth with him and Boots, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Boots is the number one contender with the WBC at 154. So if you keep in count, he's number one here, number two with the WBA, and number four with the WBO. So him and Lima is going to fight. You know what I'm saying? For me, this was my first pick anyway because I felt like Lima was the most available opponent, contender. Looking at the rankings, out of all these guys that was being offered or whatever, a lot of the top names was either injured or they had fights coming up. So with the WBC, I'm not sure if they're going to do some type of belt for this fight. Lima is the IBO champion. I'm not even sure if that's on the line. But this is like a welcome to 154 fight for Boots. And I've been speaking on this for the past week and some change. I've been trying to tell people so they won't be so alarmed, but people still acting shocked. It is what it is. You ain't gonna listen to what you want to listen to, right? But Lima, if he's a big underdog going to this fight with Boots. If he wins, then he what I'm saying, sky's the limit for him. But Boots, I think it's a solid fight just to welcome to the division. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to call it a tune-up or not, he's facing a legit 54-pounder that's tough, strong, that's been on the road, so he's battle-tested. That's some shit you want when you having a fight in your hometown. At least we know we're not going to see no Tom and Jerry shit, right? That's been a big thing, right? So Lima is going to come to fight, and he matched Boots' style real well far as this being something for the WBC, I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm thinking Boots was placed here because Eddie was saying that, they was gonna make the Virgil fight. That Boots signed his part to fight Virgil. So with this ranking, that make me feel like that's some truth to that. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have to get ranked at number one, especially when Bohachuk is the mandatory for Virgil. You know what I'm saying? So interesting. I really think Boots and Lima is a WBA sanctioned event. I think it's going to be for the interim title. Once Tellez and Abbas Baru they fight, I'm expecting the winner of that to be elevated to full champion because Crawford is going to vacate that WBA title, and then Boots and Lima because Lima came in at number 10. You know what I'm saying? Abbas Baru is number one. If he win or lose, he gonna get removed from the rankings. Then Boots gonna be number two, and Lima probably crack the top five. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see happening. That's the play. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting for the official announcement for that fight. All right. Get back in the chat. Salute to everybody coming to the building. Appreciate it. JC, what's good with you? Salute. D-Lo in the building. What's good with you, bro? Charlo, I still don't see him fighting at 54 ever again. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so up in the air. We never know what's going on with those PBC guys. I'm just gonna be keeping a buck. You said Virgin and Boots agreed. I mean, yeah, I saw that. You know, Eddie said one thing, and then Team Ortiz said another thing. So I don't know. I'm thinking the more realistic route for Boots is that WBA route. Try to get that Lima fight. The winner between fight Lima, and then get the winner between Tellez and Abbas Baru, and that'd be for the WBA title. I think that makes more sense and realistic. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too much back and forth. Boost and Virgil seems it's starting to feel like a fight that probably not gonna happen. I don't like the back and forth. These guys not really talking about fighting. I know they got some history with negotiations, but I don't know. Let's get it. Not really liking all this back and forth. No, yep, same shit. I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hopefully they can get it together, man. Hopefully they can get it together. No one want to see Jesus Ramos. I don't think that's true, but I don't think there's no boogeyman in boxing because guys turn down fights. You know what I'm saying? I think Jesus Ramos is a good fighter, and I think he deserves an opportunity at a world title. But I don't think he's a boogeyman. I don't think Mutazaliev is a boogeyman either. But I know that's your guy. That's your guy. Um, so Boots just comes in, bumps down Ramos one spot. He bumped down Bokachuk too. So yeah, it's the politics of boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Yes, sir. It happens all the time. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Nick J in the building. Salute to you. DJ, what's good with you, bro? Yeah, back surgery. Yeah, I knew he was hurt though. He said he was hurt after the post fight. He said that shit, but I don't know. Maybe the timing of the back surgery may get a lot of people, but he said he was hurt. If we go back and listen to his post fight. Winston Lee, what's good with you, bro? We'll get Boost and Virgil Super Bowl weekend. I don't know, bro. That seemed like a quick turnaround, to be honest. If both of them fighting in October, I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know because you need a month to recover. Then they go into the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't know. That'd be Virgil's third time fighting around the holidays. I'm not sure. I would say what makes sense for Virgil and Boots is around May, Cinco de Mayo time in Texas or Vegas. I think that makes more sense. But you know what I'm saying? Who you like, Boots or Virgil? I like Boots in that fight, but Virgil's a damn good fighter though. That's gonna be a tough fight. It just be talking in my opinion. He be trying to save face. He trick you guys, and also you gotta blame the media or people who be reporting. They reported those four names to throw you off the scent. But I've been trying to tell people the whole time it was Lima. But you know what I'm saying? That would be a smart play. I'm actually excited for the possibility of Thurman and Virgil. That may happen. That may happen. You know what I'm saying? He been real salty, especially with Boots and Xander. Jesus Ramos is a bad man. Yeah, Jesus is nice, bro. Nah, for sure. He nice. It really questioned the credibility. Yeah, all that back and forth and putting these names in the street, it messing up Boots' reputation because the fans is going crazy on him. Any news on Charles Conway return? Shit, the only news I was hearing is he got offered the Boots fight. Other than that, I haven't heard nothing. Fans want to rush to Boots versus Virgil fight. Need a build up. I mean, I was expecting if they both fight in October, that feels like a solid build up too because fans get to see both of them fight if they already made a fight deal. But I don't know. Somebody is not communicating right, so I don't know what's going on. Who do you want to see Xander scrap with next? Um, Let me see. To be honest, somebody like in the back half of the the WO rankings, take it back to Puerto Rico and try to develop to become a star. Something like that. Nobody crazy, to be honest. Take them down to Puerto Rico and build that up. Facts. Yes. Yep. Um, I need a twin card for the Charlos ASAP. Shit. I don't know if you're gonna get that one. All right, just to go down these rankings, we got Boca Chuck, him and Brandon Adams are locked in for the Canelo Crawford card. Jesus Ramos, number 3. Hopefully he'll be back sometime this year. That'd be his third fight. Bakari Samaki is a good fighter in this division. Y'all probably ain't heard of him, but he can fight though. He fights out of France. He got a fight date October 25th. He's actually good. Callum Wash, he's supposed to fight Fernando Vargas Jr. on that Canelo Crawford card. That's a good 154 fight. Two young guys. Majimov had knee surgery. He's out. Keith Thurman, his name in the mix with Virgil. Yo, 154. Look, y'all say 154 is a deep division, but when y'all see Lima at number 9, y'all call him a bum. That's nasty work, yo. Y'all got to keep it consistent. Not y'all, but y'all know what I'm saying. Lubin and Mutazaliev in negotiations. They go on the purse bid. August the 19th for the IBF title. Jorge Garcia just lost. Charles Conwell, Josh Kelly, and Kakarakis. So actually, 154 is a deep division. It's a good division, yo. It's just it depends on what you know. All right, 147. Barrios is still the champion. They put Manny Pacquiao number one. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all argue with that? Manny Pacquiao really, I thought he beat Barrios, but he put up a good effort where he should be ranked, I guess, if he's going to continue. So I'm not sure what this means, if they're going to do a rematch. He's not the mandatory. Suleiman Sissoko is the mandatory. So you can be number two and still be the mandatory. It's just how the WBC be doing their shit. Y'all remember Dylan White was number one with the WBC for the longest time? But Dominique Brazil was the mandatory. Yeah, it works out like that. But Pacquiao being ranked, tells me that he definitely want to continue fighting. He did an interview saying he gonna come back in December, but I don't think it's gonna be up against Barrios. I think it'll probably be against Rolly, just to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? He said, "I know, bro. Do you think Jamel coming back? I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't got no beat on that. Golden Boy, I think, said Conway will be back in October car. Okay, that's what's up. I know they got a car in September with Gabby Fundor. Bogachuck need that revenge. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go get that revenge. Cam J Network, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Xander versus Ramos would be cracking. No, it would. That's a good fight, yo. I ain't with it. I'm with it. But I think, just based on how Top Rank be moving, I think they're going to do like Xander December. And then I think the fight he'll probably come back around in like March. The fight I like for him on like March, St. Patrick's Day, is Callum Wash. That was gonna be dope. Because Callum Wash got a big fan base and he Irish, you know what I'm saying? In that New York area, New York. You got the Irish versus the Puerto Ricans. Y'all see what they did with Katie and Amanda. That's a big fight. I'm not sure how soon that would be when they ready to make that fight, but that's a big fight, especially NYC. Oh yeah, he number 5. He creeping up there. Let's go. He said, I thought Lubin and Bachman already went to purse bid. Now purse bid, no, they had 30-day negotiations. Now the purse bid is set for the 19th. PBC should try to win the purse bid for Bachman. I don't know if that even makes sense though, because who they bidding against? They bidding against main events. When last time main events put on a show? Let me know. The main events got 3 fighters, don't they? Kovalev, Bakram, and Carlos Jackson. Who else they got? Let me know. So I don't even see the purpose for a bid. If they go on the purse bid, they want somebody to pay for the fight. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Because who they bidding against? Who the fuck? I don't know. That's just my thought. I thought it was a clear decision for Pacquiao. I thought Pacquiao won. Barrios wasn't a real fight to me. Now Barrios was bullshit up in there. Why sports betting in the building? What's good with you? Salute to you. You think Key not hearing news from Tyrant has more to do with him not being in the doghouse or being in the doghouse? Man, no, he destroyed his city, bro. He deserves to be in the doghouse. This dude done blew up the whole 757. Nah, bro. He done fucked up a lot of money. And Top Rank don't got no deal. Nah, he should sit out for a year. I got to watch stopping Vargas. Man, I don't know. I like Wash winning, though. I like Wash winning. I saw rumors of Santillon. Yeah, I saw that, too. I don't know if it's any true, but that sounds like a PBC fight. I mean, PBC. Top Rank fight. That sounds like it. Day Father in the building. What's good with you, bro? Snack strong. I see you. All right, okay, 147. Pacquiao. Sissoko is a mandatory. Curiel, he just won the WBA Eliminator. Conor Ben gonna fight Eubank. Let me see. Jack Catterall, he trying to get a big fight. I don't know. I told Jack Catterall's manager they should go the WBA route and fight Giasov. Stanley Jones is fighting September 27th back in Lithuania. Rohan Polanco, number 9. Okay. Abel Ramos, he stayed ranked. Abel Ramos can be inactive for 10 years and he'll still be in the top 10. Angel Fiera. So that's an interesting move. Y'all remember Fiera? He missed weight. He didn't even make it to the scale against Pitbull Cruz. Then they got him number 12 in welterweight. You know what I'm saying? That fuck around and be Barrios' opponent. I don't know. Yes, sir. All right, let's keep it moving. Super lightweight, 140. Sabril Matisse is a new champion. I thought Playo actually won that fight though, but that was a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. He said, "Yeah, they've been out the rankings for this 2 months in a row. Yep, 147 stack. Let's go. What the hell? He fight Brian Norman. He got taken out the WBA rankings too. So yeah, that was like 2 months ago. Yes, sir. I think June they did that. Oh no, no, last month. So July and August. Yeah, they took him out. So Matisse, he has a mandatory Dalton Smith. So I know there's a lot of controversy in this, right? But I know, like in December, the WBC ordered Dalton Smith to fight the winner between. He was supposed to. So okay, this is what happened. Dalton Smith became mandatory in December. But Playo had a mandatory that he fought Sando Martin, right? So he satisfied that. The WBC said whoever wins that fight, they're going to get a voluntary. Then they had to fight the mandatory in Dalton Smith. So the voluntary for Playo was Matisse. He ended up losing his title, but he had a rematch clause. So technically, I don't know. Maybe let's see if the WBC honors rematch clauses. The only sanctioned body that I can remember that don't honor that don't honor rematch clauses is the IBF. So let's see the WBC. You know what I'm saying? Because Turkey told him who he gonna fight. He's like, you gonna fight him. Nasty work though. So I'm thinking it's gonna be Dalton Smith and Matisse, and Playo get the winner, or Playo can go fight Pitbull Cruz, who is the WBC interim champion, as you guys see. So there's a lot of politics and flip flopping and shit going on. I thought Playo won. I thought he edged it out. So Matisse champion, Pitbull is the interim champion. I seen they talking about Ryan Garcia fighting him at 140. I can't see that shit. I don't see it. I don't ever see Ryan making 140. So Dalton Smith, the mandatory, Playo number 2. They still got Barbosa in there. So got good names at 140. I see Arthur is moving up. Adam Azim. They got Oscar Duarte, number 9. Steve Claggett is going to fight Jermaine Ortiz in a couple of weeks. That's going to be a good fight right there. Good fight for the division. And I think that's August 23rd. You got Jack Rafferty is fighting August 23rd as well. He's facing Mark Chamberlain. And then Kenny Sims, he rounds it out, top 15. He had a real tough loss against Duarte. That was a good fight, too. Yes, sir. So, 140. The champions, Richardson Hitchens, IBF champion. He don't have a mandatory. He looking for a big fight. I know he's been calling out Teofimo. Not sure what he's going to do. He's a free agent. Shakur Stevenson, he a free agent, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard about him fighting anybody, so I'm not gonna put him in. I know they talking about him and Tio, but until I figure out who gonna represent him or if he gonna do the free agent shit, let's see. But Teofimo, he's in limbo. Tyron don't have a deal. He's been turning down fights, so he'll probably be out for the rest of the year. And then the WBA champion, you got Gary Antoine Russell. He got a mandatory that's past due. Andy Harako. And that shit been pushed back because of the Tank Davis and Lamar Roach shit. So that shit got pushed back. So and then he was supposed to fight. Somebody say he was fighting in October. I don't know, but it's always limbo with the PBC schedule and when the fighters are gonna fight. And we want more consistency out of them. So let's see. They said they was working on something big in the fall, man. Let's go. Don't tease me. Let's get it. Lightweight. So Shakur Stevenson is the WBC lightweight champion. He defended his title against Williams Zepeda in a good fight. Williams Zepeda was bringing that shit. All 757 stars getting to some shit. Yeah, he destroyed the city, fucking up shit. Who you got? Claggett or Ortiz? Ooh, I like Claggett. I like Claggett in that fight. Ortiz ain't look good in his last fight. He fight down and up to his competition. He'll fight real good and put some great rounds against Lomachenko and Teofimo. I thought he beat Teofimo. And then, like the last fight he had against Alamo, who was a pressure fighter, he struggled. He got hurt early in that fight. Claggett, that's all he know how to do is pressure. I'm gonna rock with Claggett in this one. I think Claggett gonna outwork him, but let's see. So yeah, Shakur, he satisfied his mandatory. Um, we'll see what he gonna do. Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I got you. Appreciate you too. He talking about Teofimo. I'm not sure. I don't know. He got hand injuries and shit. He don't got no promoter. I'm not even sure what he gonna do. Yeah, Ortiz didn't fight a smart fight against Alamo, and Claggett gonna put that's bro. You know what I'm saying? Time for PBC to piss a guy out the pot. Man, listen, bro. I love PBC, but I need a schedule, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need a schedule. Because then they'll hit you with, bro, we got some big, somebody will put something out that they got some big coming. And then they cancel more events than anybody. Because they supposed to have, look, they cancel I'm talking about what they reserve in Vegas, right? They had June 21st reserve, you know what I'm saying, in Vegas, T-Mobile. That was originally supposed to be Tank and Roach. Scratch that. August 16th, you know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be Tank and Roach. Scratch that. They got September 20th, and I think it's MGM in Vegas. I don't know what they're gonna do with that because they talking about October with Thurman and Virgil Ortiz. So I don't know. So yeah, for far as Shakur, he don't have a mandatory. Just for his mandatory. Um, sure, whoever, you know what I'm saying. I know he called out a lot of fighters. I think I like that though. I like that shit. There's no sense of calling out Tank or Roach because they fighting each other, right? That don't make no sense. So whoever's the next available guy, he should be looking to fight the biggest fight available. It might be Teofimo at this point. That's a good fight. I don't know why it would be any backlash, but yeah, bro. People, these guys call out everybody all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no big deal to me. So yeah, let's see. I mean, perfect world here unified with Raymore Tyler. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that's gonna happen. And the Cruz is number one, but he's the IBF mandatory. He is waiting for his opportunity for the IBF to order that. Raymore Tyler dropped the IBF exemption to do a voluntary, so that's not next. Ricardo Nunez, to my understanding, Ricardo Nunez is supposed to fight Yadier Herrera for a WBC eliminator. So we're gonna see. We know y'all remember Nunez fought Tank Davis in Baltimore that time. He got stopped in 2 rounds. We got Zapata number 3, Maxie Hughes, Rayo. Man, let's get some news about Rayo, bro. Like, I know he coming off a loss, but Rayo is always fun to watch and shit. Joe Cordina number 10, Armando Martinez. He just had a knockout in Florida. Justin Paldo, Lucas Body fighting a eliminator. Lucas Body is fighting Roger Gutierrez August 23rd for the WBA final eliminator to become Tank's mandatory. Yes, sir. All right, 130. So this is another fight that's been on the back burner because we didn't get the Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? Any chance we'll see Cordina fight? You talking about Shakur fighting Cordina? I mean, if he signs with Matchroom, yeah. Yadier, I guess he would probably only fight him if he was his mandatory and it was mandated. You know what I'm saying? Shakur, for him to fight him. So we'll see. Oshaki Foster, there you go. Oshaki Foster and you have Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton. Those guys supposed to fight, bro. That's why I'm saying, why get rid of the date when you can make those guys the main event? But whatever. War Masayo is number 1. So War Masayo, he's supposed to fight an eliminator against Rocky Hernandez. Rocky Hernandez, they removed him off the rankings. But I see Mr. Gary Russell come in at number 11. That's what's up. I want to see Gary get back in the mix. Gary put on a good performance in his return after 3 years. I ain't gonna lie, he looked fast as hell. So hopefully, I know he's been calling out Lamont Roach, and that actually is a good fight for DC for sure. But we know Lamont Roach is locked in with Tank, so we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. And maybe they'll do Mark Masayo versus Gary Russell, the rematch for the WBC final eliminator. You never know. The politics of boxing is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy. So I can see that. And then I remember there was on a conference call, and they like they basically called each other out. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see if they actually make that fight or it's just whatever. But he's in that rankings for a reason, so we'll see. Michael Manisi, he might get an opportunity. My guy Ray Ford, I like Ray Ford. He's nice. He's gonna fight Abraham Nova next week. I think he's gonna go crazy on him. Ryan Gardner is a good fighter, yo. UK guy. He should be getting a world title shot sometime soon, or getting close to it. Muhammad Yakovov, he's gonna fight William Foster next week, August the 15th on Pro Box. That's a good ass fight. That's a good ass fight right there. Oh yeah, my man. Okay, yes sir. Yeah, he's fighting Yakovov. That's a good one, bro. Yeah, White versus Garone. Jordan White. Yeah, yep. That's September the 5th. Yeah, good fights right there. Yes sir. Oh, Oscar Valdez is coming back September the 6th. He's facing Ricky Medina in Mexico. So yeah, they trying to stay active. So you're gonna see a lot of top ranked fighters. If they can get a date, they'll fight on these obscure undercards or these obscure cards. So yeah, that's what it is. 130. 126 featherweight. So you guys can see we got some situations going on with the championship picture. Stephen Fulton's supposed to move up and fight Oshaki Foster. He's the champion right now, currently. Bruce Shushu Carrington is the interim champion. We seen him win his fight a couple of weeks ago. Fought that tough African guy. And then Ray Vargas is champion in recess. So from my understanding, what the WBC put out, Shushu fought that guy and become interim champion. He's supposed to fight the winner between Ray Vargas and Carlos Castro. That sounds like a PBC fight. Of course, they ain't putting out no dates right now. So we'll have to see how that, when they gonna fight. So from my understanding, they either gonna make Fulton champion in recess or they're gonna strip him and elevate Ray Vargas back to full champion. It's a mess, bro. Too many champions in this shit and they should just fight. You feel me? So it's confusing, but basically, Shushu is in position to fight for a world title, and he'll probably fight the winner of Castro and Vargas. He probably gonna get Fulton because Fulton gonna go to 130, and then probably look for bigger fights after that. So, man, we'll see. Nathan Collins is number one. He got a fight day coming up in Scotland, his home country, October the 5th. He's fighting a European title, but he's close to a world title too. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that was easy money today. Yep, WBA interim champion. I fuck around. He mess around and fight Brandon Figueroa next. Brandon Figueroa, he won a eliminator in the WBA his last fight. I thought JoJo beat him. Yep, I saw that too. That's an interesting fight. Brian Mercado Acosta, that's him. That's the same one that fought Cardenas, right? That's a good fight. Yes, sir. I like that. Omar Trinidad is fighting next week. He's with 360 Promotions. He's number 2 in the IBF. So we'll see him next week. Good fighter. Joet, man, they did Joet dirty to me. Otabek Kamaltov. Listen, yo, Laurent, number 10, Cristobal Laurente. He's gonna fight Nathan Collins. But back to Kamaltov. He fought Ray Ford for that title. Came up short. He had one more fight in between. I want to see him back. You know what I'm saying? Same with Robisi. Haven't heard much on Robisi since old boy elbowed him and shit. Not sure. Liam Davies, we should be hearing something about him. He's with Queensberry. So yeah, let's see. All right, let's move down. 122. So we got Naoya Inoue versus MJ Akhmadev coming up. Undisputed fight, September 14th. Big fight. Best fight in the division. You know what I'm saying? So waiting for that one. The number one contender is Alan Picasso. Excuse me. So he's supposed to fight anyway in December if all goes well in the MJ fight in September. So that's his opponent. That's supposed to be a Riyadh season card with Picasso. Picasso just locked in with the PBC. Probably one of the only signings they had this year, other than that young kid that's like 16, 17 they signed. I forgot his name. So they ain't been really signing guys like that. Marlon Tapales, he should be having an eliminator. Shout out to my man Anthony who put me on with that. Marlon Tapales, former world champion, he out there in camp sparring anyway, getting him ready for MJ. You know, he fought both. He beat MJ and lost it anyway. Ramon Cardenas, waiting on big news for him. He's supposed to fight a WBA eliminator, but his stock went up after a loss because he dropped anyway. So his stock went up sky high. Mercado, Brian Mercado. That's the guy who's supposed to fight Sagawa right here. Yo, he can fight. That's gonna be a good one. Yes, sir. John Red Casamero. I see him. All right, let's go to 118. So Jonathan Nakatani, news came out about him. He's supposed to be going to 122 and pursue a big fight with Naoya anyway. So he's a unified champion currently, WBC IBF. So he vacate those guys that's in position already to fight for it. So you got Tenshin Nakasawa. He's number one. He's definitely gonna fight for it. Tenshin Nakasawa is the biggest star in Japanese boxing. I know y'all probably don't know that, but that's a little nugget and fact for you guys. Bigger than anyway, bigger than John Two. Anybody else you want to name? Tension is that kid that fought Floyd Mayweather back in the day in that exhibition. You know what I'm saying? That's the one. He done climbed his way up to the number one position, and he actually can fight. Salute to him. Just do boxing in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So we'll see who he fight because I see Tacoma anyway, but he's also highly ranked in the IBF. So let's see which one Tacoma anyway want to fight for. But I can see tension against Juan Francisco Estrada. I can see that shit. Andrew Kane, he's a good fighter. He's supposed to face number 5 in the eliminator, but I'm not sure what's going on with that. Jason Maloney up in there. Michael Angeletti, he been fighting with ProBox. I want to see him get his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him get his opportunity. Yeah, you read my mind. There you go. Yep. I think he's getting close, bro, because he ranked across the board now. So he's getting close. All right, 115, Ben Rodriguez, one of the best pound for pound fighters we got right now. He's going to unify the division with Francisco Martinez, the WBA champion. That's going to be a banging ass fight. November 22nd on that banging ass card. Benavidez, Yard, Haney, and Brian Norman. They add more fights to that shit. Matisse. Bro, that's going to be a fire ass card, bro. But BF just got added. So, yeah, Bam is definitely going to show out. He had a great performance against a good champion in his last fight. Kofi didn't have that many. Y'all pay attention. Kofi didn't have that many fights. He wasn't 20-0. I think he was like 11-0, 10-0. But you can tell that kid can fight. So I say that to say a lot of fans be turning down these fighters because they see their resume and they don't really know them. They just be box rec watching instead of go to box rec, see what they got. Okay, he 14-10 or whatever the record is, right? He 11-0. Let me go watch some of his fights. So box rec is like a recipe. But anybody that like to throw down in the kitchen, it's a recipe. It just tell you where to go to, what you need to look for, how many rounds they done fought, all that shit. But actually putting it together and putting it, you know what I'm saying, getting down in the kitchen is actually watching the fights. That's how I equate that to. Because if you don't watch the fights, and sometimes you gotta listen to the commentary to kind of get the background story of how this fight came about, stuff like that, then you're not gonna really understand the fighter truly. Because boxweight don't tell you the whole story; it just give you the recipe. Y'all can use that shit. Anybody in the background, y'all can have that. We got Carlos Quadras, Chocolate Tito. We know these guys. Andrew Maloney is fighting IBF Eliminator, so he gonna fight Argie Cortez. That fight supposed to have been this week. That shit got pushed back like 3 times. They're supposed to fight next week, August 16th. IBF Final Eliminator. So let's see. Look at Scrappy Ramirez down there. He might get a big fight too. He's with Golden Boy. All right, we got a new champion, Carlos Sandoval, and he might be in the lead for upset of the year too. You know what I'm saying? So you think Mr. Hunter gonna let Bam fight tension? Nah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. If it's big enough, yeah. Shawn the Icon, what's good with you? If it's big enough, I guess they'll let anything go. But you have Sandoval, new unified champion, WBC, WBA, went over to Japan and beat Kenshiro Teraji. Big time upset, good ass performance too. Salute to him. And he got off the canvas to win. So, like, most time when fighters get knocked down, we give them shit. But this guy got knocked down in the 4th round, straight right hand down the pipe, got up and started to go to work. And he got an opportunity to win the world titles. So salute to him. Galal Ufai is the interim champion. He got beat up in his last fight, and the guy tested positive. Francisco Rodriguez. Looked like the WBC is slapping him on the wrist. They ain't even suspended him. They giving him probation, and they ordered a rematch. Nasty work. They gave Ufai his title back though, and I don't know if they made a no contest on BoxRec, but they should. They shouldn't reorder that fight. They should order Sandoval versus Ufai. And really, I don't know how much Ufai has left because that fight he had against Rodriguez probably took about 3 fights off his career. At least 3. Maybe even more because he got beat up in that fight. And that's unfortunate. We got a new WBC champion at 108 pounds. Salute to Carlos Canizales. I think this is like his 3rd time challenging for the title, and he stopped the champion, Pena Pedistri. I don't know. I'm still, man, that shit was awkward. I think he landed a body shot. Like he broke the dude back or something. But salute to him, though. He's a good puncher, a good fun fighter. He got dropped in that fight, too. Came back and stormed back to win by stoppage. Salute to him. He has a mandatory, Eric Badilio. We've seen Eric Badilio a couple of weeks on Pro Box. He won a final eliminator against Zepeda. So, yeah, that should be next. Let's see. And then 105, Melvin Jerusalem, WBC champion, 2-time champion, 105 pounds. I think I don't think he have a mandatory. We just want to see big fights. We got 2 other champions in this division. You got the IBF champion, Pedro Todoran. He's a 2-time champion as well. And then Oscar Collazo is unified. These guys got to mix it up some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's some solid contenders in these rankings, like, for sure. But the best fights are between the champions. And I think they got to go ahead and make that right. You feel me? So, yeah. Yeah, they gave him probation. They gave him 12 months probation. They stripped him of the title, gave it back to Ufai, the interim title. And they ordered a rematch. Come on, bro. That's nasty. If I'm Ufai, I would not fight him no more. I wouldn't fight him. Not that I'm scared. You just did me dirty. You know what I'm saying? You did him dirty. They should order him to face the actual champion instead of fighting the drug cheat. That's my opinion. But Francisco, shit, you would think Bud Crawford was Francisco Rodriguez the way they talking. God damn, this dude he tested positive back-to-back fights. You know what I'm saying? I guess he don't got on the snack shirt. All right, let's so we'll do a little quick recap of the WBC, right? So a couple of things that caught my eye, man. I'm gonna scroll down, right? Um, let me see. Let me go to 130 because everything else down here is pretty much the same from last month. But 130, we haven't seen Gary Russell ranked in so long. It sticks out like a sore thumb when I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was champion for all those years, so we never got a chance to see him down in the rankings. And then he was basically retired for 3 years. he was out the ring for 3 years. So Mr. Gary Russell is back in the 130 rankings. So let's see. He don't got a lot of time left. Let's get him straight to either eliminator or a big fight or something. Let's go. Let me see. Nothing caught my eye at 135 other than Lucas Body coming in at number 15, 140. I explained the situation at 140. Dalton Smith is the mandatory. Playo gonna have to fight the winner, and that's what it is. I know he got a rematch clause, but I don't think the WBC gonna honor that shit. So yeah, 147. Pacquiao is back. It was an uproar when Pacquiao got ranked in the top 5, right? So I blame Barrios. So if y'all don't like his ranking, blame Barrios. All that fighting like he trying to protect the old man. No, beat his ass, bro. He act like he ain't want to do it. So this is what happens. We really can't even argue because Pacquiao did. I ain't saying Pacquiao is the number one guy in this division, or he better than any of these guys. But when you go the distance with a younger guy, 15 years younger than you, bigger, stronger. He wasn't faster, but he was bigger and stronger. And he over there just that shit crazy. So that's why Pacquiao number one. Another interesting move, Angel Fiera, number 12 at 147. That's interesting right there. Because y'all remember, he didn't even make it to the scale against Pitbull Cruz. So um, that's interesting. So maybe he campaigning. And actually, Angel Fiera is like a type of opponent for Barrios. Because Barrios fought Ugas, but after Ugas, he fought Fabian Madonna. He fought Abel Ramos. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he go back to that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he goes back to that. That's interesting right there. All right, 140, 154. So, the biggest news of the day has been Jerome Busanis and his move to 140. We understand who his opponent is, Lima, right? Yasima Lima. He's the IBO champion, tough, strong guy. So October the 11th for that one. But it's interesting though because Eddie said that they already signed their deal to fight Virgil Ortiz, and then he pop in number one. So I think that has some type of credence. You know what I'm saying? It has some type of credence. Now whether it's happened or not, I don't know. Team Ortiz, they're acting like what I'm saying. I don't know. They saying they throwing cold water on it, and that's a fight boxing fans want to see. I don't know. It's too toxic. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. Hold on. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, that's it. That's it for 154. 160. Ain't nothing I can remember. 68. We got a new number one contender, Hamza Shiraz. So yeah, man. We know he fought an eliminator. So they did give him the belt back. Very good. Yeah, they did. At least they did that. But that probation shit is nasty. I haven't heard anyone tell you you need to get back in blood. Man, double standards is nasty. You right. So they was telling Devin that shit. Oh, yeah, yeah, you right. Yeah. They was going crazy over that. Yo, the double standards in boxing is so weird, bro. Because they don't keep that same energy. That's how you know who they hate and who they like. And it's crazy because a lot of people tell you that they know all this, they knowledgeable, they the best at this, but they don't know a lot of shit. That's why they don't talk about it. And they always talk about the most popular stuff. But they was telling Devin go get it back in blood after the guy cheated him, Ryan Garcia. Yep, I haven't heard nobody say that. And they ain't gonna say it either. They ain't gonna say it. Damn. Yo, that shit it comes back though. It always gonna come back. Like the same shit you doing to this one is gonna come back on the other end. When we watching and I wasn't even tapped into that, so salute to you, Nick J. I wasn't even thinking about it. But you right though, because now I'm paying attention now. I might steal your shit though. Ain't nobody saying nothing about you fine. Gotta get it back in blood. That's funny. But you're right though. It's funny, but it's so messed up that we have to even think like that. that a guy can get cheated, but he has to go back and get it, but he got cheated. You know what I'm saying? That's yeah, I get you. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's wild stuff. So we know Hamza Shiraz is in position to fight Canelo. That's already been documented. So this number one spot is basically telling us what it is. Jamal Charlo was number one last month. They dropped him down to number three. Jaime Munguia, they moved him up to number two. I don't even know. He tested positive. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like the ones that test positive, they actually get a slap on the wrist, or they actually get promoted. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't get nothing, no repercussions. The ones that suspected because a letter, a typo, a letter, whatever you want to call it, they messed up the date. Now they getting the whole investigations and shit, and crazy ass perspectives, and they didn't even test positive. I would say I would get at the person that actually tests positive instead of the people that didn't. Yeah. But that's why I like to do these rankings, because you see little stuff like this, and you're like, yo, I thought Jaime Munguia tested positive. Why he still ranked? But he actually moved up. They moved Jamal Charlo down 2 spots. Nasty. Oh, that's the female fighter, right? Because their names, I ain't gonna lie, the Japanese names be sounding kind of similar. But if that's her, she, yeah, okay, you talk about, okay, you said she. She's the WBO champion 115. She's a good fighter, yo. I think she can win. Yeah, she wins that fight. She's good. Goodman, yes, I'm giving him a good opportunity to beat Nick Ball. I think he's big and strong enough to deal with the physicality of Nick Ball. I know he coming up from 122, but Sam Goodman is actually he's a big, strong kid, so I think he can deal with it. The only question I have with Sam Goodman, will his face hold up? Because he been getting cut like his last 3 or 4 fights, and he had to pull out the anyway fight for getting cut and sparring twice. So that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? And you know Nick Ball, like you gonna get touched up. You know he gonna do something to you that you know what I'm saying to make you work for it. And he comes in crazy, so it's an opportunity for head clashes. So that's gonna be something to look out for. But the female champion you talking about now, she should be looking to unify because the week after we have Jasmine Ortega defending her WBA title at 115 against Lance Armstrong. So I'm guessing the winners can fight each other. Jasmine Ortega just signed with MVP. So you know Jake Paul is doing good things with the women, right? So maybe if Ariota wins, then we can do that unification. You know what I'm saying? So yes, sir. I try to be well rounded with everything too, though. If I can remember the names and try to picture it, I got you. I got some info on that shit for sure. But yeah, so that's all. That's all I got with these rankings, though. It's some interesting stuff though. It's always good to try to see what they got going on because these ranking systems will try to pull a fast one on us. And I'm trying to catch all that shit. So that's what it is. Salute to everybody coming through the building, man. Hopefully everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend or while to get the weekend started. Enjoy your weekend. We don't have a lot of crazy boxing. We only had one show today, and then tomorrow we got some cards, but they kind of like off the radar. But they're gonna pick it up next week, and then we'll go from there. A lot of fight news to cover, a lot of boxing to talk about, a lot of headlines. So y'all keep it pushing. Salute to everybody coming through the building. That's my time, and I'm out.